Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news that happened during the week November 18th and November 24th, 2011. In movie news, the LA Times published a lengthy interview with Henry Cavill during his promotion of Immortals last week. In the interview he talks about playing the dual roles of Clark Kent and Superman, the differences between playing Theseus and Superman, and what his favourite Superman comic stories are. He said, "I really like Death of Superman and Return of Superman. Those are my favourite ones, and the New 52 is great stuff." Writer-director Max Landis will debut his new comic web video, The Death and Return of Superman, later this month. The short stars Elijah Wood, Mandy Moore, Eldon Henson, Morgan Krantz, Zach Krieger, Ron Howard, Simon Pegg and more. The premiere screening of this short film will take place at 12 PM on November 27th at the Cine Family at the Silent Movie Theatre in LA. Entry is free, but you must RSVP online. Search for it on Facebook for further details. As promised, the Superman homepage contacted Gene Fillets, director of the Superman Requiem fan film, and put to him a series of questions submitted by fellow Superman fans. Come by the website now to see Gene's answers to some pretty tough questions. Also check out the review written by Superman homepage writer Sean Morrissey, who said, "Unfortunately, what the film has in ambition, it lacks in execution," and he gave it a 1 out of 5 rating. In TV news, the final season of Smallville arrives on DVD and Blu-ray this week, as does the DVD box set of the complete series. With all 22 episodes collected on both the 4-disc Blu-ray and 6-disc DVD collections, Smallville the complete 10th season contains over 2 hours of bonus programming, including selected episode commentaries, while Smallville the complete series contains all 218 episodes in the 62-disc DVD collection. Order both from our online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. Superman homepage writer Isaac Frisby has updated our Young Justice animated series episode guide with a summary of the most recent Season 1 episode, Secrets. Isaac has also written his review of this episode, giving it a 4 out of 5, saying, "It moved the mole story along just a little bit more, and that story arc feels like it has a bit more substance." There is no new episode of the Young Justice animated series this week. DC Entertainment announced this week the launch of a new branded storefront on Amazon.com. The new storefront offers a variety of DC Entertainment print books as well as digital copies of more than 100 best-selling graphic novels, including All-Star Superman, Kingdom Come, Superman for All Seasons and Superman Earth 1. Artist Dan Frager has revealed via his blog that he was hired to illustrate a Superman story for DC Comics back in 2003, but the story never made it to print because DC Comics lost pages of his original artwork. He writes, "Not one or a few pages, all of them. This stuff will never see print unless of course they actually find the originals." Visit Dan Frager's blog to view the scans of the first 11 pages of his never published Superman story. Superman comics we reviewed this week included Justice League number 3, which was reviewed by Ralph Silver, who gave it a 5 out of 5, saying, "Since the relaunch began, I find myself really looking forward to Justice League each month." While Jeffrey Bridges reviewed Supergirl number 3, saying, "Easily the best issue of the series so far," and he rated it a 4 out of 5. While Young Justice number 10 was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who rated it a 5 out of 5, saying, "This is how you write an engaging book." Superman comics available this week from November 23rd include Superman number 3 and Teen Titans number 3. In other news, Mondo will be releasing the first in a series of DC Comics posters today, Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Illustrated by J.C. Richard, the 12 by 32 inch panoramic poster is limited to 390 pieces. It will sell for $50 via mondotees.com if they haven't already sold out by now. According to Splashdate, a private company that sells security services and password software, Superman is on the list of the top 25 most insecure passwords of 2011. The list was compiled from files containing millions of stolen passwords posted online by hackers. Superman was ranked 22 out of the 25 most insecure passwords of 2011. Visit dailyfinance.com to see the full list. That's all the news there was for the week November 18th to 24th. I hope everyone in the US had a great Thanksgiving. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone and welcome to Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. It's good to see you. Traditionally, on the final Thursday in November, we here in America celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm sure most of the viewers are aware of that, but as Steve Younis runs the site, he's from Australia, and from what I understand, there isn't necessarily a Thanksgiving Day on that day in Australia, though I'm sure everyone everywhere celebrates their thanks that they have family and loved ones and friends and goodness in their lives on different days, not even necessarily one specific day every year, but maybe even all year round. I'm one of these people. I love my family. I love that we all have our health. I'm very thankful for that, and I'm thankful that we have fun things like superheroes and the Superman homepage and just great things that we can enjoy with our loved ones, enjoy on our own, and enjoy talking about with each other. I wanted to focus on some holiday-themed episodes today to give you some time to grab them up and watch them before the holidays are over, even though we're a little early. Some of these episodes occur in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, which was a show that ran in the 90s, and also on Justice League, which turned into Justice League Unlimited, the animated series that was also on this was on in the late 90s, and I think even went, or possibly into the 2000s. The episodes are centered mainly on Christmas, but I think that they are good viewing all year round, and especially now when we're feeling thankful and when we are getting into the Christmas holidays and appreciating these sorts of joys that we have in our lives. One of my favorite episodes of all time of any television show was the Lois and Clark episode Season's Greetings. Now, I'm not going to do a review of it, but if you've seen it, you know that it's cheesy, it's over the top, it has all of the lead characters on the show acting like children, and it's a little silly, it's a little hard to take at times, but the best thing about Lois and Clark to me was always the dynamic between Lois and Clark, hence the title, hence the time they took to really delve into that relationship, probably more than in any series or in any movie that we have seen thus far. Lois and Clark grew to love each other, and Superman actually ended up outside of that equation, which I think is the best way to handle the Lois and Clark love affair. It gets all those people out of there that call Lois a gold digger or one that is only into Superman because he has powers. After all, who wouldn't be into Superman? But the truth is, she falls for Clark first, and I love when it's handled in that manner. And in the episode Season's Greetings, the best part of it is the final scene where it's an extremely touching scene. Lois thinks she's going to be alone, and her hero comes to the rescue. Check it out if you haven't seen it, but it actually makes me cry every time, and I feel like less of a man for having said that. At the end of the Lois and Clark series, they had another Christmas-themed episode called "Twas the Night Before Miximus," or I guess it would have to be Miximus, where Mixius Pitlick, the imp, played by Howie Mandel, comes and starts tormenting Superman during the Christmas season. It's a fun episode, and it also has some touching moments as well. There were a lot of touching moments in this series. I would recommend watching it. In a lot of ways, there are issues with camp, mostly with camp, but the good stuff is the relationship stuff and the emotional value that it has, not the Superman action or the effects, certainly, but the character work and the way these characters make you feel and feel about each other. You can truly feel it. The actors do a great job. In Justice League, we had an episode called Comfort and Joy, which was just a fun kind of comedy-themed Christmas episode where Clark Kent takes the Martian Manhunter, because he's depressed, home with him to see the joy of the holidays. John Jones doesn't quite understand why everybody is so joyful, and the Kents come in to help make him understand the spirit of the holiday. He actually ends up writing an ode to joy himself in Martian, and it's touching, even though it is a little sugary and sweet. I would check these episodes out, especially now that the holidays are just getting underway, and I highly recommend watching all of these series in their entirety, though there are some episodes of Lois and Clark worth not too much. But luckily with Lois and Clark, they almost always had the relationship stuff or the stuff you needed to see, even in episodes that were highly out of control. But I want to thank everyone for watching. I'm thankful that you're here, and I'm thankful for a lot of other things in this upcoming holiday season. This has been Great Scott, everybody. Remember, always look up in the sky.